Close friends has been arrested on suspicion of soliciting a prostitute. Here's a picture of the president with his friend. They were golfing in Hawaii back in 2009. The two reportedly went to school together when they were younger. White House has had no comment so far on this situation, on this arrest of Robert Titcomb, who is 49 years old. Joined now by Arthur Aidala. He's, of course, a former prosecutor and a frequent guest here in America's Newsroom. Welcome to Arthur. And David Drucker is here. He's a writer at Roll Call with sort of the political possible ramifications, if there are any, of this situation. So, gentlemen, welcome. Arthur, this was a sting operation. He, according to these reports, solicited a prostitute on Monday night around 9:40 p.m., and it turned out that it was a police sting operation, not a prostitute at all. So they brought him in. They brought 4 other men in as well, unrelated. They kept him there for a little while. He was released on $500 in bail. You know, their friendship goes way back, and we'll get into that with David a little bit. But talk to me a little bit, Arthur, about the legal side of this.
Well, it doesn't take much to solicit a prostitute. In other words, these conversations with the undercover officer, it's a conversation. It doesn't mean any sex took place. It doesn't mean there doesn't even have to be like an overt act, like they start to do something. It's basically they make an oral agreement for money for some sort of a sexual act. And once they say yes, and almost the money is about to come out of the pocket, then usually some car door flies open and 4 or 5 police officers come in and arrest everybody. So
and you say this is part of a national effort to crack down on prostitution.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised it's as far as Hawaii, but I can tell you, as far as the East Coast is concerned, they are all different types of law enforcement authorities, from local state prosecutors to the federal and the FBI offices. They're really targeting what's called human trafficking, where where pimps, if that's what you want to call them, are getting young women.
That's what they're called in most circles.
Okay, I know. It's a morning program. I'm trying to be good here. You know, they find young women who are in a desperate situation, whether it's involved in drugs or run away from home, and lure them in and then start these prostitution rings. And, you know, it was kind of not targeted by law enforcement until very recently. And now it's an all-out effort.
All right, let's talk to David Drucker for a moment about the political side of this. Obviously, this is not the kind of thing that the president wants to wake up and see on the front page of the newspaper. Himself pictured golfing with this old buddy, Robert Titcomb, and to find out what he was arrested for is even more uncomfortable, I would imagine, David.
It is, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to really be a problem for him politically. Most American voters understand that presidents can't control their friends. They had a life before they were in office. Now, I don't think the president's going to be playing golf with this guy anytime soon, and probably not until sometime in December 2012, if that. But, you know, former President Bill Clinton's half-brother, he always had some drug problems and was in the news actually quite a bit, and it never hurt President Clinton. And I don't think this is a problem for President Obama in the least. He's got other problems, but I don't think this is going to contribute to any re-election difficulty he might have if he does have it.
Yeah, I think that's probably a very fair assessment of the situation. How close were they? What do you know about their friendship? How often do they see each other? That kind of thing.
Well, as far as we know, they grew up together, and when the president vacations in Hawaii, which is, you know, what he does once or twice a year, it's his home base, even though he's really, you know, become a Chicago, Illinois guy. You know, they hang out maybe, but you know, presidents hang out with all sorts of people that they were friends with. They don't usually disown their friends after they succeed into the office. And in fact, presidents like these old friends because these are the people that kind of keep them grounded and human. They can still call them by their first name, and they're not afraid to tell them what they think. And it's important for a president to have a circle like this because the job is so all-encompassing and stressful. And I'd stress that I think it would be different if the president had, let's say, a former business associate that got into some criminal trouble, and it related to the president's business activities. But in this case, this is nothing that had anything to do with him.
All right, but I'm guessing that the Obamas will not be attending the annual Christmas luau at Mr. Titcomb's house this year, but we'll see how that goes. David Drucker, thank you very much. Arthur Aidala, great to see you both.
Thanks, Martha.
All right.
Thank you.